Pulse. Welcome UNLV students to the Shotokan Karate Studies program. By now you should know you've already warmed up, you've gotten the warm-up that you feel your body needs, you're adequate for starting the program this morning. So let's go ahead and get started with our typical, quick, general warm-up. Ready? And Hajime. Ichi. Ni. San. Yon. Go. All right, warmed up good there. Let's turn to the side, bring our heels to our glutes. Good, all right. Let's go ahead and do some high knees as well. Get my workout recorded, here we go. High knees. You can do this slow, just like I'm doing. Again, just bringing your knees up. You can do it fast if you feel like kind of bouncing a little bit, working your calves a little bit. Or if you want to go slow, go slow. And yame. All right, let's come up on our toes, stretching out our calves. And yame. Very good. All right, let's go ahead and do some body hip twists. And yame. Good. Arm up, across the side, stretching out our shoulder. Good, other side. Again, don't hold these too long. Just doing dynamic stretches here. Nothing too static, nothing being held for too long. Switching over. Other side. Good. Feet just widen shoulder width. Go down, touch the floor. Go to the right. Back to center. Go to the left. Back to center. All right, make that a little wider. We're gonna go down to the right, turning up on our left heel, stretching out our hamstring. Good, now we're gonna turn to the left in a long front stance. Pushing on the quad here, pushing the knee over the toe. And down to a runner stand, or a runner stretch. Good. Back up. All right, we're gonna do everything to the other side now. Leaning to the left onto the right heel. Toes pointed up. Stretching out your hamstring. All right, let's rotate that all the way around. Good front stance, long, deep, pushing on the quad, pushing the knee out over the toe, getting a good stretch. Transition that into a runner stretch. And come back to center, come back standing. Good. Turn around, fix your gi. Back to me. Yoi. Subirachi. Pray. Yoi. Seiza. Dojo-kun. 一つ、人格完成に人を盛ること。一つ、誠の道を守ること。一つと力の精神を養うこと。一つ、礼儀を重んずること。一つ、景気の湯を戒めること。Ready? That's it. よい。しばらくち。Ready? よい。So today's class is an intermediate class, and what we're going to work on today is punches. All right, so I know that sounds pretty beginner level, right? But we're going to work on some various punching combinations, and I'm going to give you some options so that whenever you are doing some of these drills, you can change it up a little bit. You can introduce various blocks. So again, you can kind of make this as difficult as you want it to be, all right? But some of the things that we're going to do today are definitely intermediate level, and you're going to be pulling away from any style of beginner thing. Beginners, typically, we're doing very small drills. Okay, so when I say small drills, I mean 1 to 2 moves, maybe 3 moves at a time, where it might be a block and a punch as we move in a stance. What we're going to do today will eventually lead to 5 or 6 various Kihon techniques in one drill. All right, and we're going to do that several times. So we're going to start off, this is kind of be a fitness class. We're going to work out a little bit and what we're doing. Hopefully get our heart rate up, hopefully work up a sweat. Again, typical class that you would go to at any dojo if you were physically going to a dojo, and this was going to be a class for you. Not going to be too difficult, so if you are a beginner, you might be able to keep up with this class for the most part. We might be introducing some things that you may not be aware of quite yet, but again, definitely something you can participate in and slowly catch up. If you need to pause, rewind, anything like that, you're definitely welcome to do that and participate in this class as much as possible. My advanced students, again, this is still a good class for you to come back to. One of those classes that just gives you more drills, more things to do, more things to learn as you go through your journey, right? So we're going to start off this morning doing stationary drills. So we're going to do Nizuki punch. All right, so like I said, this is going to be a punching class. So Nizuki punch. For Nizuki, you need to stay centered and square off with your punches. So what's the difference? All right, your punches are always going to be Chudan level. I think we've talked about that before. Anytime that we're doing any of these drills, everything is going to be a fighter or an opponent that is your height. Okay, so Chudan level is not up here and it's not down low. Chudan level is your arm straight out in front. All right, Nizuki, again, squaring off your body. Now we are in Shizentai for this first drill, but if we step out into a Zenkudachi front stance, this is still Nizuki. Okay, here's the difference. This is Nizuki. This is Gyakuzuki, Kazamazuki. Can you see a difference? Besides the fact that I did a Jodan and Kazamazuki, you're going to shift your weight out a little bit further, so you're not squared anymore. All right, so again, if I'm in this front stance, this is Nizuki. My shoulders are still squared. Okay, this is Kazamazuki. Do you see the difference? Again, my shoulder is slightly extended. Okay, Kazamazuki is a jab punch. Typically in a jab, you're going to extend your shoulders out. You're not going to be as square. So a jab is going to extend out a little bit further. Also, jabs are typically Jodan level. All right, so anytime you hear me say that we're going to do Kazamazuki, if I don't say it specifically, they're going to be Jodan level. All right, you typically don't jab to the chest. It's a quick punch. It's a punch that is supposed to surprise, and that's what it is. So again, it's a quick punch to the face area. So Jodan level for any Kazamazukis that you hear me go through as we go through this class today. I'll try my best to remind you. But for now, let's go ahead and start with Nizuki. Again, regular double punch, all right? So your punches should look the same on the right and the left. Don't extend your shoulders out too far. Stay square, all right? So I will face you the first time we do this, and then I'm gonna turn, just so again that you can see that I'm not extending my shoulders, all right? I'm staying square, so make sure you do that as well, okay? Let's begin. I'm gonna count it out for us. Again, staying in Shizentai, your shoulders should not extend further out than your shoulders. All right, your feet should be directly under your shoulders, maybe slightly underneath your body a little bit more if that is what's more comfortable for you. Good sturdy platform to begin. All right, ready? Extend your left. We're going to start with the right and Hajime. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roke, sich, hach, kyu, ju, ai. Good, young man. Let's do it again. I'm going to turn to this side for you again this time. I want you to make sure and look at your shoulders, but watch mine as well. I'm going to stay square here. All right, my arms are not going to extend out this direction. All right, because Nizuki, again, your body stays square. Same position with your feet. Your feet should be just under your shoulders, if not slightly in, but don't go wider. All right, ready? Mark your target. Left hand out in front. And ich, ni, san, shi, go, rope, sich, hach, kyu, ju, ai. Good, and young man. We're going to do it one more time. We're going to face the other direction. Again, just trying to give you perspective and angles. Something to look at here. Power, hip drive. All right, don't stand here statically and just punch. Your belt should be swinging, okay? Your hips should be driving these two punches. All right, so watch your belt, watch my belt. Again, you shouldn't be squared and throwing that type of punch. Don't lock your head and look down. Don't extend your neck. Relax. Drive your punches again with your hips. Part of the reason that our feet are under our shoulders is to give room for that flexibility to drive with our hips. All right, even though we're driving with our hips, we're coming back to center. So the punch doesn't go here and then here. You're staying square, like I said. You're staying square. So the punch drives and returns. Drive and return. Drive, return. Drive, return. Okay? So make sure again that your hips are staying square to your shoulders are staying square to your hips. Everything stays square to your feet. Alright? Let's try it again last time. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rope, sich, hach, kyu, ju. Good, yeah, man. All right, so that's an Nizuki punch. Fairly common, fairly simple drill there to get started, but I wanted to talk about a couple things, give you a couple of tips, make sure you're following those rules as far as the punch is concerned. All right, let's do some lunges. All right, like I said, want to get our heart rate up and get maybe working up a sweat here a little bit. We're going to do front lunges. So from Shizentai, we're going to just go forward. All right, somewhat of a Zenkutsudachi stance, but not really. Really, we're just working and on our flexibility and getting a little bit of exercise in our hamstrings and our quads. All right, so work with me here. Let's go. Ich, ni, switch legs. Good. Some. Shi. Go. Rok. Sich. Hutch. Q. Ju. Now, man. All right. Same thing. I'm just turning my body for you. Ready? Ich. Ni. Some. Shi. Go. Rope. Sich. Hutch. Q. Ju. Good. All right, now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go back. All right, so now we're stepping back. Again, this is working on the power and flexibility that we have to step into stance, right? And step back into the same stance. Okay? Working on that ability and that muscle group. All right? This is the exact same muscle group we're using for this and for this. Okay? So a good way to just work it out, stretch it out, and again, flex out your quads here. Okay? Let's go backwards. Ready? Ich. Ni. Some. Shi. Go. Rok. Sich. Hutch. Q. Ju. Good. Again. Ready. Ich. Ni. Some. Shi. Go. Rok. Sich. Hutch. Q. Ju. And Yamen. Good. All right, shake that out. All right, let's get into the punches. All right, we're going to do a right and left gyakuzuki. Singles. All right, so we're going to go arm out in front. That's the leg that we step with. Gyakuzuki reverse punch. Come back. Hand stays out. Stepping with this arm. Gyakuzuki reverse punch. Singles. All right. I know when I say singles, I'm giving away the next exercise, but we're going to do singles here. I'm going to turn just slightly, and I'll do the same thing for the next set. 10, so 5 on each side. All right. Just giving you a second to shake out your legs there. Feeling good? All right. Left hand out and mark your target. Remember that we're stepping with the hand that is out. Ready? Gyakuzuki, reverse punch. Shoot on level. I shouldn't have to say that, but shoot on level. Drive with your hip. Ready? Each. Come back. Good. Knee. Some. Shi. Go. Rok. Sich. Hutch. Q. Ju. Okay. Drive with your hip. Right? I'm going to face you this time. Drive with your hip. As you step, you almost cock your body to the left or to the right, to the back leg, so that you drive your power forward as that fist comes forward. Now, Gyakuzuki is not as synchronous as Oizuki. Right? Oizuki, as you step, the punch is driven. Because here you're cocking it, right? You're going here, and there's your Oizuki. Gyakuzuki is different because you do your step and then you drive the punch. So the synchronicity is off just slightly. Gyakuzuki is a little bit slower than Oizuki. And there's a good reason. Two good reasons. One, it's coming from behind, right? Oizuki comes with the step, so there's a difference there in speed. Two, the power is different. The power is driven it's more powerful, right? This is not as powerful as that because the power is different, because the drive is different. Longer step, but you wind it up a little bit longer to drive it forward. Oizuki, you don't wind it up as much. Correct? All right. And that's why typically when you see a haymaker punch that somebody throws, they step with their left and throw with their right. It's a stronger punch. Okay? And typically in a haymaker punch, don't step with the same leg that they're throwing the punch. It's stronger to step and throw that punch with the other leg, with the other hand, across the body. Okay? All right, let's do it again. Singles, ready? And each. I messed that up, so start again. Ready? Left hand out. Each. Ni. Some. Shi. Go. Look. Seach. Punch. Cue. Ju. Leash. Good. Because I messed up so much, we're going to do it again. All right, I'm going to turn a little bit this direction. Again, just to give you a little bit better of an angle. Ready? And each. Ni. Some. Shi. Go. Look. Seach. Punch. Cue. Ju. Leash. Good. Yummy. All right, now we're gonna do doubles. Okay? 1 count, 2 punches. 1 count. Okay? That's 1 count. Same thing, gonna count to 10. So now we're doing 2 punches per count. A lot of punches here. Driving that heart rate up. Okay? All right. Same thing. So we're still doing only Gyakuzuki. Ready? 2 punches. And Hajime. Each. Ni. Some. Shi. Go. Book. Seach. Punch. Cue. Ju. Release. Good. Yummy. Other side. Right? Just going back and forth. 2 punches. 1 count. Ready? Deep breath in and out. Ready? Hajime. Each. Ni. Some. Shi. Go. Rope. Seach. Punch. Cue. Ju. Hui. Good. And yame. Okay. All right, next up we're going to do Gyakuzuki, Kazamazuki. This is what we just talked about at the beginning of class. Gyakuzuki, Kazamazuki. You don't take 2 steps. It is 1 step. Gyakuzuki, Kazamazuki. Do you see the difference with the shoulder? The shoulder extends, right? This is from the side. Gyakuzuki, Kazamazuki. Jodan level. Gyakuzuki, Chudan, Kazamazuki, Jodan. We're going to do it again from this side. Ready? Gyakuzuki, Kazamazuki. Alright? Why does it extend? Because you have to drive some hip with it. Okay? You have to push that hip out to extend that Kazamazuki. Alright? If it was an Oizuki, it would still just be this. There's our punch, our body is still square. Alright? But we're punching Gyakuzuki. there, there. All right, I know that's subtle, so I'm going to turn again from this side so you can see it again. Gyakuzuki, Kazamazuki. The position changes with your belt, all right? This is where you look at things like Han-Mi versus Shonin. All right, Shonin, your body is facing your opponent. Han-Mi, it's off to the side at an angle slightly. So that's what you're looking at here, okay? Gyakuzuki, it goes to from Han-Mi to Shonin. Kazamazuki, back to Han-Mi. Just slightly. So don't overdo it. Don't turn your body that far. It's just here. Shonin, Han-Mi. Alright, let's look at it again. I'm going to lock my arms here. Watch the angle will change. Okay, Gyakuzuki, Kazamazuki. Alright? Hopefully that makes sense to you and you can understand the difference in how our belt, our hips drive. I know I keep saying belt, but it's how your hips drive the punch. And that's what's important as you make this slight angle change here. Alright, as your power is driven. Okay, that Kazamazuki still needs to be a hard jab, and in order to put power behind it when you're already in this stance, you have to shift. You have to shift from Shonin to Han-Mi. Alright? Let's try this a couple times. I'm going to go straight on to you. Ready? And this time everything is going to happen on this right side. On the right Gyakuzuki, left Kazamazuki. Everything's going to happen on this over and over here as we count. But just to show you what it's going to look like, again, your left hand is out in front, marking your target. Gyakuzuki, Kazamazuki. Come back. Repeat the same side. I'm going to go 10 on each side. So same side again. Come back. Come back. Alright? We'll go to the right the next time. Okay? 10 on each side. So I'm going to just stay straight with you because I want you to look at the hip. Alright? Whether I'm doing it on the left or the right, I want you to notice the hip drive. Alright? And try to focus on that and work on that hip drive because it changes the power of the punch. Ready? Left hand out in front. Gyakuzuki, Kazamazuki. Jodan, Kazamazuki. Ready? Each. Knee. Some. She. Go. Rope. Sich. Punch. Cue. Ju. Good. All right. Hopefully you saw that. Hopefully you felt it. All right. You're doing it right along with me. You should be able to feel that hip twist with each of those punches. Let's go to the right. When I say right, we're starting with our right hand out in front. Left Kazamazuki or left Gyakuzuki. Right Kazamazuki. Kazamazuki Jodan level again. Face. Look for the face. Ready? Right hand out in front and Hajime. Each. Knee. Sorry. And some. She. Go. Punch. Sorry, that was the Roku. Ready? It's a Sichi. Punch. Let's start over. Okay, so sorry. All right, same thing. Ready? I messed up on the count, number 1. Number 2, I'm messing up with my step. So you're stepping with your right. Gyakuzuki, Kazamazuki. Let's go again. Ready? Each. Knee. Some. She. Ju. Good. All right, I only messed up a couple times on that one. All right, so that's Gyakuzuki, Kazamazuki. Your reverse punch and jab. Okay, let's change it up. Now we're going to add that, we're going to put that into a combination. So, as with all Shotokan katas, we start off with the block, right? So we're going to step towards our opponent with the block, right? I'm going to choose Uchi-uke. You can choose in this drill whatever block you want. Alright, so we start here. Our opponent throws a punch. Okay? You're going to step forward. I'm going to parry it. Parry, block, Gyakuzuki, Kazamazuki, and back. Okay? So we're in Shizentai. We're going to step into our stance. Again, choose your block. Again, I'm going with Uchi-uke. But if you ever come back to this class and want to repeat the class, change your block. Okay? If you want to change your block with every step, change your block every time. Uchi-uke. Age-uke. Get right down block. Soto-ryuke. Alright? So you have options here. And I want you to interact with those options. Change things up. Alright? We're going to do 10 Uchi-uke. Or I am going to do 10 Uchi-uke. You choose whatever block you want. And just for this first drill, stick to it. Alright? So if you choose Age-uke, only do that. If you choose Soto-ryuke, only do that. If you choose Gedan, only do Gedan. If you're going to do it with me, do Uchi-uke. Okay? Again, if you want to repeat the drill, change the block. Try it several different ways. Alright? This is only the beginning of this drill, so we are going to change it up. Okay? Alright. Uchi-uke is my block. Choose your block. Step out into your stance. Perform the block. Gyakuzuki, Kazamazuki. Remember your Kazamazuki is Jodan low. Ready? Hajime. Ich. Ni. So. Shi. Go. Roke. Sich. Hutch. Q. Ju. Oi. Good. Okay. Other side. Right? I know it's not the same. There is a difference. Stepping right this time. 1, 2, 3, and come back. Stick with your block. Don't change your block up now. We only did the left side. Now we're doing right side. So don't change your block here. Change your block the next time you do the entire series. Okay? All right. Ready? From Shizentai. And each. Knee. Some. She. Go. Rook. Sich. Hutch. Q. Ju. Yummy. All right. So before we move on, let's discuss what's happening. Our opponent is attacking with an Oizuki punch. Blocked. And then you get 2 punches. Gyakuzuki, Kazamazuki. Okay? Now, whether that punch goes crossbody or not, doesn't really matter. You're blocking it. Parry, block. They could be opening up their body or closing their body. Okay? If they're opening the body, the punch is blocked out here. Open, open. If the punch comes from the other side, same block, same parry, it's going to come this way. You parried it and blocked it, the punch is there and here. there's just an arm in the way. If you want to control the arm, you can. All right, we've talked about this in other classes. When that punch comes in, parry, block, grab. Punch, release, punch. All right? Control your opponent if you can. Again, this is not MMA. This is not the UFC. Right? You're not standing there with gloves on, high hands. This is a self-defense situation. Right? Your opponent is coming at you, throwing that punch. Parry it, block it, hold it, punch, punch. Stand up, get back to your feet, walk away, run away. Okay? That's what we're doing here. If the block comes from the other side, or the punch comes from the other side, again, that's the beauty of this. Doesn't matter which side the punch comes from. This one drill works for that. Okay? If the punch is coming from the left, it's parried and blocked. It's coming from the left, but it's a right punch. Parried, blocked, grabbed, punched, punched. If it's coming from the right, okay, but so it's a left-hand punch, same thing works. Parry it, block it, hold it, punch, punch. All right, again, as your opponent, I'm either stepping and it's parried this way, the punch, and then the punch, or from the other side, it's blocked out here, punch, punch. All right, works from either direction. If you have a partner, try it, okay? Don't change your stance, all right? Just try it. Again, it doesn't matter which side the punch is coming from. You step forward with your block, parry, block, punch, punch. All right? Stay on that side. Try both punches. Okay? Again, parried. Sorry, it comes from this side. So parry, block. It comes from this side, parry, block. Then try the other side. All right? Both sides work. Punch comes from this side, parry, block, or from the outside, parry, block. All right? It works on both sides. So try it on both sides and practice it on both sides. It's important that you practice it on both sides because regardless of which side it comes from, you're ready with either direction. Okay? And sometimes you start getting into Tai Sabaki. Tai Sabaki is stepping offline, right? So just because right now we're intermediate students, beginner/intermediate, we're just moving in this straight line here. We're kind of locked into this. As punches come in, we're just parrying and blocking. The Tai Sabaki would be when that punch comes in, you step offline and block. All right? That punch is coming from this side, you step offline and block. All right? That said, let's try that a couple times. Okay, so same thing, right? We're going to step forward with our block. So again, stick with your block from before. All right, Uchiuke, Gyakuzuki, Kazamazuki, back and parry. Yes. So again, step offline. So we've already blocked. The punch came, right? We blocked it. Punch, punch, parry. Could block it, block it. Let me think about the best way to block this. The best way for you to step offline. All right, so we're here. They're punching with the other hand, which makes a lot of sense, right? So if they punched here and they got blocked, punched, punched, now they're going to come with the other hand. It's going to get parried again. Same thing happens. Except we're not going to do Gyakuzuki, Kazamazuki, we're going to do Nizuki. So we're going to square off to our opponent. All right, let's try it. Just go slow with me here. Ready? Step, parry, block, Gyakuzuki, Kazamazuki. Now the punch is coming from this side. Because we blocked this side, coming from this side. Block, punch, punch. Stay square. All right, and step offline. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3. Now the punch is coming from this side, right? Block, punch, punch. Okay, so it's a slight slight step offline. Okay, again, 1, 2, 3. The punch is coming now from this side with our arm out. You can parry this side, punch, punch. We're square. We're square, but we're off, right? This is Han Mi. You see my leg position? This would be the front stance, but we're here because our opponent is here. Punch, punch. It's almost a horse stance. All right. So do your best on this one. All right. I'm going to turn slightly this way again to give you another angle. So we're going to step and block. Choose your turn. Right? Do you want to parry and block? Punch, punch. Okay. Or do you want to step to the other side and parry block? This would be stepping in this direction. Parry and block. Okay, the same thing works when that punch is coming. The first punch came from, right, it's coming from this side. So you're stepping, you're parrying it, blocking, punch, punch. Now the punch is coming from the other side. So they've come with this and then this. Or this and this. It can't be straight on, okay? So you're going to, again, as you see it coming in, parry and block, punch, punch. Coming from the other side now, or straight on, right? Parry, block, punch, punch. Okay, or we're here. Now it's coming straight on again from the other side. So we're going to parry, block, punch, punch. Again, square off your body, square off your belt, square off your hips to your opponent. You're squaring off your hips because this is a Nizuki. So you square your hips. There's your punch, your double punch. All right, let's try this a couple times. Ready? We'll go slow. I'm going to count each movement. Ready? Ready? Good. Hajime. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ro. It should be go, right? Because Nizuki is one movement. It's one double punch. All right, let's try again. Same thing. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go. All right. This time, try to go to the other side. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ro. It's go. I know I keep saying wrong because we're slowing down so much, but right from the Kazamazuki, you're either parrying there, block, or the other side. Parry, block, pump. Now Nizuki. All right, you're moving that arm away from your body to the outside. As it comes this way, you're either moving it over there. Again, it's still coming from that direction, so you're going to parry, block. All right, so move that arm. The difference is where the body opens up. Okay, that's the main difference. All right, because if you've just punched me, or I'm moving in. Okay, blocked. This is blocked. Parried, blocked. Gyakuzuki, Kazamazuki. Now I'm going to punch with my other arm. Okay. My other arm moves in to punch. It's either going to be parried out this way for the punch or parried out this way, opening the body. So it depends on maybe what you feel like your next move might be. It depends maybe on how your opponent moves towards you or not, right? Maybe they didn't step with their punch. Okay, so from the Kazamazuki, they're not stepping, they're staying right where they are, and you're driving in. Okay, the Kazamazuki, the other punch comes. All right, so just think about that. All right, let's work it a couple times. We'll go 5. We'll go 5 on each side. Okay, so 5 left, starting on the left, 5 starting on the right. All right, so from Shizentai, we're gonna go kind of slow. I'll count. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Good. Again. Now we're gonna, instead of going to the left, I'm gonna go to the right. Same block. Same block. Okay, ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Good. All right, do you see the difference? The difference is the Tai Sabaki, whether we're coming to the left or we're moving to the right. Let's go again. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go. All right. Tai Sabaki to the right this time. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Good. All right, 2 more times, one on each side. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go. All right, 1 more time, your own speed and pace. I'm not going to count. Go this way. Ready? Ich. Good. All right. Other side. Okay. So we just did the left, where we stepped at the left block. Now we're going to step to the right, or we're going to step out on the right. Okay. So parry block. Figure out your step. Right? Are you stepping offline here? Okay. Your Kazamazuki again, or okay. Think about it before you do it, okay? We're gonna go left, and then we're gonna go right, just like we did stepping, okay? Ready? Stepping out on the right foot. Ready? I'm gonna count it out for us, okay? This is a 5 count. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Okay? Whatever side you did, go to the other side this time. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Very good. Remember, we're alternating our sides here. Again, ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Very good. Again, ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Good. 1 more time. Your own speed and pace. Choose your step out. All right? It doesn't matter if you go left or right. It doesn't matter what you did last time. Choose what's most comfortable for you. Choose what makes the most sense to you. Okay? Ready? And Hajime. Good. All right. All right, so I had so much more planned and we're already 40 minutes in. We're gonna go and break this up into 2 classes. Okay, so we'll do this again. All right, we're gonna start off very similar in the next class with our stretches, right? Our lunges, our Nizuki, but instead of working what we just did, right? Instead of working this, okay, we're gonna work on a counter, okay? So we will add, right, when we block, punch, punch, counter, punch, punch, we're gonna step, punch, punch. We're gonna add that, okay? We're gonna try that a couple times. So we'll start a little bit more quickly next time because we're not gonna dwell on the Gyakuzuki, Kazamazuki. Okay, we're gonna get right into the longer drill. So I'm gonna make this an advanced class. So if you're an intermediate student watching this right now, all right, and when I say the next class, I mean Friday. So this is Wednesday. Friday, when this class comes out, it's going to be the advanced class. So click on it. Watch the advanced video. It's going to be the second part of this. Okay, and I'm only making it advanced because we're doing a lot more Kihon techniques in one drill, right? One drill meaning one, okay? There's a lot that goes into that. So it starts to get into a more advanced drill because there's so many techniques in one single drill. Okay, you're almost counting to what, 8? Okay, so if you're watching now as an intermediate student, feel free to join us on Friday for the second part of this class. We're just going to continue on, but we're going to pick up right around. We're still going to do our warm up. We're still going to do Nizuki. We're going to do our lunges. but we'll skip the deep explanation of Yakuzuki Kazamazuki. We'll get right into this drill that we just did. We're going to add a little bit to it, and then we're going to move into another drill and add more and more to that. Okay? So again, focusing on punches, counterattacks. Okay? Alright. Let's come back to center. Yoi. Subirachi. Right. Yo. Seiza. Alright, today's meditation, I want you to go over that drill. The drill that we just did, focusing on the things that I told you about. Focusing on hip movement, Hanmi versus Shomen, and when that is appropriate. Think about your opponent. Think about their move, right? Where's the punch coming from and where are you moving to? Are you controlling the arm? Are you just parrying and blocking the arm as you move in for your counter attacks? Okay? So, Mokusu yame. Sensei nire. Tate. Yoi. Subirachi. Right. Yoi. Os. Alright students, thank you for joining me for this intermediate class on punches and counters. Again, intermediate students, beginner students, join me for this class on Friday, the advanced class, okay, where we're going to pick up right where we left off today. Again, working on punches, counterattacks, all right? If it's beginner level, if you're beginner level, this might be a little bit much for you, but I believe that you can follow along and learn quite a bit here in this series. So please do feel free to join. If it's over your head or it's too far advanced, you don't have to finish the class, okay? But my intermediate students and my advanced students, please go through these two classes. Really start picking up on this stuff and learning the reasons behind why we make our moves the way we move, why we're Tai Sabaki, right, while we get offline of some of these attacks, and potentially what some other counters can be. Also, change up your blocks, okay? Today's Wednesday. Between now and Friday, change up those blocks. Uchi-uke, Soto-uri-uke, Gedan-marai, Age-uke. Try that same drill, switch up your block, okay? All right. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you on Friday. Os.